Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and today we're going to do a continuation of the coverage of what's going on in the Israeli war front. Now, quick side note, if you hear anything, I am home because I have a sick little one, and right now he's supposedly taking a nap, but we'll see how that goes. Um, I got quite a list of stuff, so I'm just going to try and quickly go through this. I know every time I say I'm going to make it quick, it runs long. So really, really try hard to do this. All right, so let's get started. Let's just go with the big ones right off the bat. The Egyptian president says that evicting Gazans out of Gaza amounts to a declaration of war against Egypt. Now that is, again, that is a threat, that is a statement, that is words. Until there's actions behind it, it's just that. The only thing that I find interesting about this is what I found in the news, at least chronologically. Right after this statement was made, Israel evacuates its entire embassy staff out of Egypt. So, at least in my opinion, they're taking that extremely serious. So, uh, I wanted to lead off with that. Now, to segue into my next one, the Jordanian foreign minister has said any attempt by Israel to forcefully displace Palestinians means war for Jordan. Okay, now we're starting to get more countries bolster, and they really are starting to draw that red line. Listen, this is what it is, and the only way to test this out and quote see if they're bluffing or not is to do this. But the ultimatum is they're forcefully coming out into the public. If you do this, this is war. This isn't like, hey, this is an act of aggression. Hey, we denounce this. Whatever. They're completely coming out and saying, if you do this, it's war. It's game on. So, and then after that was said, protesters breached the embassy in Amman, Jordan. So even the people in Jordan are not happy with what's going on. And I don't know if you guys have seen the stuff, and I'm sure a lot of you have, the stuff that's going around on social media within the last 12 to 24 hours. All the embassies and all the different places all around that Middle East and even some other parts, people are not happy. Now, I'm not going to get into the hospital thing because you can argue it all you want. I wasn't there. I don't have any way of proving anything with AI, with old videos, with everything that's going on. This is one of those ones. This is an extremely serious, devastating, heartbreaking event. What I do believe as fact is that a hospital was bombed. Who did it? I have no clue. I can take a guess, but I don't have 100%. I have a feeling. I have a thing in my mind, but I'm not willing to share it. I'm waiting. It's probably going to be days, a week, 2 weeks until we see something. Both sides are still saying that they're releasing, facts and evidence that the other side did it. So I don't know. We'll wait and we'll see. At least me on this channel, I'm waiting to see. Biden has come out and he says he is going to ask Congress for $100 billion that is going to go to Ukraine and Israel. I think there's some other things in there, but that's going to be the thing, which I find interesting because in his trip today, while he was in Israel, he was quoted with the line that says, "The truth is that the war in Israel will not be long." So if it's not going to be a long war, why the need for so much money so quickly? It's not, here's $10 million of humanitarian aid, or here's, a little bit of something, and, if it progresses, we'll give you a little bit and a little bit, a little bit. Why is it real big, huge amount of money all right now? And we're not even 2 weeks into this. This is right up front, huge amount of money. Now, they're not getting the whole 100 billion, but it's interesting. Um, the Pentagon has said recently that if Hezbollah launches any rockets or missiles towards Israel, the U.S. Army will be forced to respond. Now, my question is because that statement has been circulating here in the past 12 hours or so with all the pictures and videos that Hezbollah has done this. Is that a red line for the Pentagon, or are they bluffing? Are they staging everything? Is everything that we're sending over, Germany sending people over, other countries are sending special forces and units over and different things. Are we staging so that way we can come in and go, look, we told you, you did it, you did it, you did it, you did it. Okay, red line, we're intervening. I hope that's not the case. Another one that I saw is that in Argentina, there were bomb threats in both the Israeli and the U.S. embassies. So now, I mean, we're in Argentina now for this story. We're way away from the Middle East. And so that's showing you the people in Argentina are not happy with what's going on. And then keep going. So we talk about France a lot in these past couple of days on these reports. 4 airports in France were evacuated after reports of security threats. Now, I have gone on, I've seen some speculation, but I haven't seen an official word to come out and say what those security threats was. But there's a lot of stuff going on in France. They've had a lot of different bomb threats and now security threats and all sorts of. France is something to keep an eye on. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be the thing that sparks anything. There's a lot of unhappiness and unrest over in France. Next, the Iranians have launched an online campaign to recruit volunteers to support Palestine. Now, out of that, it is said that since the launch of the website, launch of the campaign, that there is an estimated 3 to 3.4 million that have registered. That's a heck of a lot of people. Now, granted, those might not be well-trained militia military people, but they have registered. They are volunteering. They're not called upon. They're not forced to go. Now, granted, that could be a lie, okay? I'm just telling you what's being reported of it. But if that has a shred, I mean, even if we say they've exaggerated the number, to where it's let's cut it in half. That's still 1.5 million people plus. That's a huge amount. Even if we say that they tripled it, it's still a million people. So it's something that I'm keeping a definite eye on. Another one that I found interesting, the Russian President Vladimir Putin was over in Beijing and met with Xi Jinping on their One Belt, One Road initiative. And then while he was out, one of the reporters actually asked about his thoughts and what he's going to, his plans or whatever on the military presence of the U.S. in the Mediterranean. And his response was that they are now completely in range of the hypersonic missiles. Now, do they have hypersonic missiles? I don't know for sure. I think they do. I would say they probably do missiles anyway. Hypersonic ballistic missiles, I don't know. That one I really don't know. I don't know yes or no on that one. Is it possible? Yes, it's definitely possible. Do they 100% have them? I don't know. Missiles, I would say it's a lot higher probability, if not they actually do have them. So putting our fleet inside of that strike circle, that was his way of a gentle reminder that he's got an eye on the situation and what's going on. And that's tiptoeing on a threat. You're having 2 nuclear powers do this chess match and this power play, and I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. Now I'll finish on this last one. So if you haven't seen it, there is I think it's a TikTok or a reel or whatever going around, and it's making its rounds on all the different social medias of a man who is got his camera pointed at an Alexa, and he asks Alexa, when will World War III start? And Alexa responds, November 23rd, 2023 at 6:05 p.m. Now, again, I very seriously doubt that Alexa, people behind Alexa or anything like that, know the exact down to minute when a war is going to break out. Okay. And it even, I think, said in there that it was going to be due to a Russian attack or something like that. That thing got oddly specific. Now, to go into that, because I want to finish on just this one. Use this, okay? Do I think anything will happen on that date? Probably not. Could it? Absolutely. Could it happen before? Yep. Could it happen after? Absolutely. But will something happen on that day, on that time, by this actual action? Is it possible? Yeah, it's definitely possible. Do I think it will? No, I don't think so. Okay. I'm not doing this as a cause of panic or anything. But what I will say, and I've said this many times on this channel, use that. Okay. So the time that this video comes out, that is just over a month away. Okay. A month and a couple of days. Use that. Take that on your calendar, circle November 23rd, and go, all right, if World War III breaks out, so now you have a scenario, now you have a date. Do you have everything that you need? Do you have your food? Do you have your water? Do you have your communications? Do you have your plan? Do you have your backup plan? Do you have your bug out bag? Do you have your EDC? Do you have everything covered? Do you have a medical? Do you have an IFAK? Do you have a family kit? Do you have a mag kit? Do you have all of your stuff? You know, we haven't even got into the talk on the ammo situation and the shortages on prescription meds and over-the-counter meds. And I mean, there's 1,000 things we can cover on this, okay? And I'm telling you, I'll probably do a live coming up. So I'd like, if you guys have made it this far in this video, I will do my best. I know I'm bad at it. I will do my best to make an announcement on when I go live. I'll try and give you guys at least a couple of days notice, maybe a week's notice, and just come in and bombard me with questions, and we will go through everything, okay? So I'll try and figure out a good time and everything so I can set that up. But take this. Use this to your advantage. Do not panic. Sit down and just treat it as a training exercise. Circle the date and go. What do I need? Do I need some more water? Okay, how much water do I need? I could probably use 5 more cases of water. All right, so that is roughly about 4 weeks from now. So I need a little over a case of water a week. I get paid every 2 weeks. Okay, so I need to buy 2.5 cases of water every paycheck. Come up with something like that. So that way you can become better prepared. Talk with your family, talk with your mag, your tribe, talk with, you know, everybody that's going to be involved in your SHTF situation group, and use this as a great training exercise. If something happens, you're gearing up for it. You know, that's what the whole purpose of prepping is, you know, for it. If something does happen, there you go. You know, you were using this to get ready. If nothing happens, you just got a little extra ready and a little bit more practice. I mean, there's no harm in it. It's a great thing, actually. So, with that, keep on the lookout. I'm going to be making an announcement. Hopefully, don't hold me to it. Maybe by this weekend about our Christmas giveaway. And I'll try and do it here and over on Facebook. If you haven't followed us on Facebook, go over there and check us out. Just search for The Rural Report. Do all the fun YouTube things. The YouTube algorithm is completely screwing with me. So whatever you can do to try and help the channel, like, subscribe, drop a comment, do all that fun stuff, share it with some people. But hey, more information to come. Remember to remain united during all this. They're just trying to divide and conquer. Remain united, because we're all prepping in this together.